Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, anytime Ruto stand up to speak, you will hear him saying that we must deal with the corruption firmly and decisively in the judiciary. If you hear this statement, you would think like the executive is clean and it is only maybe the judiciary that has engaged in corruption activities. So today, Ruto is in his home county, Uasin Gishu, to be specifically Eldoret town. And while he was in Eldoret, he went to launch affordable housing. Then we have just seen Ruto continuously attacking the judiciary. It's like it is something that he has determined to do, and the attacks are advancing. He is warning the judiciary that he is going to deal with them, root out corrupt judges in the judiciary and clean it. And so the question has been, do you prosecute the case in court or in public opinion court if really you are serious, you want to win anyone to do with the corruption? Where is the right place? But first of all, listen to William Ruto while in Eldoret. Then I'm going to take you to another video where Ruto was against individuals who are trying to intimidate him the way he's now intimidating our judges.
And when I say, and I will repeat, that we must deal firmly, decisively with corruption in the judiciary, I mean it. And we are going to deal firmly and decisively to root out corruption in the judiciary. Nobody should tell us that the independence of the judiciary will be used to deny the people of Kenya their rights. Nobody should tell us the independence of the judiciary also means that the judiciary is holy or sacrosanct. It is still subject to the people of Kenya.
Now today, Ruto is in power. No matter which means he got to power, he is in power today. But at one point, when he was the deputy president, Ruto came out so much boldly to say that power is transient and the people of Kenya will overcome those intimidation. That means he was feeling being intimidated by a regime under Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. So it was clear to Uhuru Kenyatta that we will not submit to your threats and blackmail and intimidation. We will not bow down to you. We will not worship you. Those are the words that Ruto was using against Uhuru Kenyatta, against anyone who was he was really feeling that he is threatening him. Today we are seeing William Ruto threatening the judiciary. We have seen him threatening judges. We have seen him threatening Kenyans. We have seen him threatening people like Okiya Omtatah and the rest who take matters to the court when they feel that he is wrong. The question is, can he remember this statement?
Power is transient, and the people of Kenya will overcome. We will not submit to your threats and blackmail. We will not bow to you. We will not worship you. We worship the living God in heaven. We worship no human being.
Now we are continuing this particular discussion, but just a quick request for those who are watching and you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much, and again to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much. And by the way, before I forget, there was a story that I had shared with you about a needy students. He was in Form 3 now going to Form 4 this year, and we know the schools have opened. He has financial constraint, and of course, this is a kid coming from a single parent family, but they lost their dad, so there's no any other option. Then there is the sister who struggles to maybe try to get something for them to get food, but at the same time, she has to struggle and get school fees for him. So I had shared the story in the previous videos that we have done from morning. And I've seen some people showing interest to help. We have been able to get 6,000. So for him to go for boarding section, he need to get 40,000 per year. That means if we have like 20, he can join, then the rest we can add later, maybe in term 2 or term 3 there. So I just want to appreciate the people who have sent something. And because majority of you guys don't like I disclose your identity, I'll just read one name just to acknowledge that indeed you helped us. So I'll just mention one name, then we will continue with our discussion. Oloba, Odhiambo, Nelson, Damaris, Lilian Hope, Shikumu, Lubano, Jacob, Eshipwaka, Patrick, Juma. Thank you so much for your support. I have already received your M-Pesa. And for those who are willing to support, you can send whatever you have through my M-Pesa number, 0708340092. The name is Charles Inangungwa. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. According to William Ruto, the judiciary has been used to deny Kenyans their rights. And I've seen on his Facebook page posting that he will have no budget set aside to bribe judges. I look at that and I ask myself a question. And I'm asking Ruto or his allies, how much did he use to bribe judges when they were ruling on presidential petition 2022? Because now today is telling us that he will not set aside a budget to bribe judges. How much did he use to bribe them so that they can rule in his favor during the 2022 presidential petition in the Supreme Court of Kenya? He need to come clean on this. So now we can understand that, okay, so that time he bribed, now he's not willing to bribe them. But if he never bribed any single shilling, then he should tell us the story of bribing is coming from where. Unless if he has been involved in bribing these judges, so he's speaking from point of experience, then we can understand him. And if at one point he involved in bribing judges, so there is no difference between William Ruto and the judges he's condemning. They are same. One thing. That is our conclusion on this punchline. And when Ruto talk about corruption in the judiciary, he should tell us how far has he gone to clean the executive. We have different ministries. We have had corruption cases. We have heard how edible oil came to this country. How KRA lost money in billions of shillings. Number of scandals. We have heard how judges have been intimidated to unfreeze accounts belonging to Ruto allies, including his deputy, Rigathi Gachagua. 200 million cash. They unfreezed the account. He has to tell us if executive is clean, if his close allies are clean, before you talk about judiciary. You cannot pretend to be removing the small spot in my eye when you have a big log in your own eye. That should never happen. Not unless he stops corruption in his own arm of government. Because we have 3 arms: executive, National Assembly, judiciary. So why does one arm of government want to clean the other arm of government when what he's leading is dirty? Atuambie imambo. How dare he want to go that direction? Let him clean the executive first. Tujue wale maminista wake wamehusika kwa ukora, wizi, kwa njia gani na wametumiwa na njia gani wametumia kuadhibu. Ndio kuja utuambie ni njia gani ungependa judiciary ufanye nayo kazi. Because Ruto has no power to control the judiciary. The constitution has not given him that power. If he has any complaint, let him prepare and table it. Again, the same case will be prosecuted in a court of law. We have Judicial Service Commission. Let them do the investigation. Let them come out with the final decision, because it is again not Ruto who will make the final decision. Remember what they were doing to Justice, Deputy Chief Justice Mwilu. Uhuru did not manage to remove her from the office. There is a procedure you have to follow. So however Ruto will make this noise, not unless atumia yale mambo yake matatu, atumia lile la tatu la mwisho kusafirisha watu mbinguni, or else sioni njia atatumia to intimidate these judges ya kwamba anataka watoe kwa hizo nafasi zao. The executive is dirty, but he's talking about judiciary. And why is he not talking about the National Assembly? Because we were told that members of parliament were bribed, and they always vote in the interest of the executive. So he has captured the National Assembly. He cannot speak about them. They accepted a bribe. Ama judiciary imekataa bribe yake, or what happened? And the war is around affordable housing. Hii mambo ya affordable housing, tutatuambia ni nini yako nayo? What is this big interest that he has in this affordable housing that is making him to cause this kind of war? Labda Okiya Mtata ndiye anaelewa hii mambo kenye Ruto anatafuta kwa affordable housing. Maybe, just maybe. But he must remember his words that power is transient, and that the people of Kenya will not will overcome the intimidation. Kenyans, majority of them, do not want this issue of affordable housing. They don't want to be taxed about this because it ends up in the market being sold so much expensive. He said we will not submit to intimidations. So how dare does he want judges to be submitted to his intimidation? He said that we will not bow down to you. Then how dare does he want judges to bow down to him? He said that we will not worship you. Then how come he wants judges to worship him? He has to remember what he said. And therefore, there's no way Ruto should be allowed to run with all this. Let someone tell him that power is transient and his time is coming. Maybe he might serve just as a one-term president.